Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Dark Souls PvP. This is going to be another full-length video starring yours truly, and I am still using the Chaos Estoc with a crest shield today. So this is my this is my regular PvP character. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about a few things in this video today. A few of the things that actually were brought up in comments in the previous video. The first thing and the most predominant thing basically that came up in my previous video was about Dark Souls etiquette, and so I think that my views on Dark Souls PvP. Oh, actually, okay, I might just say one thing here. What this guy was doing, I think is fine. I mean, like, I did heal because he was attacking me while I was waving. I thought that was a little bit unfair, but yeah, so I did heal. He goes for backstab, that's fine. That's absolutely fine by me. I don't really see any problem with that whatsoever. Okay, so getting back to my discussion about Dark Souls PvP etiquette. So Dark Souls PvP is just one of those things where the community itself has sort of developed its etiquette and well, developed some semblance of what people regard as good manner or bad manner or whatever. If you don't want to be a part of that, then you don't have to. I'm not forcing you to. I don't judge you for not wanting to be a part of that. So if you don't want to bow to me, that is absolutely fine. Actually, I mean, I don't think it's a necessity to bow before every match either. And so, yeah, I mean, I think my views on Dark Souls etiquette were a little bit misrepresented, I think. So, yeah, the only things that I really think, the only things that you really need to do to be considered as a manner or as a, you know, honorable player, I think, in my opinion, is not attacking someone while they're bowing, and not 2v1ing or 3v1ing someone, because those two situations basically put you at such a huge advantage that it's actually difficult to overcome. Just in terms of the attacking while bowing, the only reason that it gives you a big advantage is because you don't really have an opportunity to fight back, and so that puts you at a disadvantage. And so, you know, even if you can come back to win from that situation, I mean, that's not to say that you haven't started the match with a significant advantage. So yeah, that's my opinion on why I think that attacking someone while they're bowing is bad etiquette. But again, if you don't want to, I mean, like, if you don't want to bow to someone, and you know, you just want to sort of get the match started, you know, start like attacking them or whatever, just wait a few seconds until the bowing animation finishes and then attack them then. Really, you know, you don't, like, none of this sort of gesturing thing really matters in the end, I suppose. The other thing is with 2v1s and 3v1s, one person commented saying, you know, like, if someone has summoned a phantom or summoned two phantoms, you know, maybe they are just going for the boss. And I would like, I would understand that if I hadn't invaded people so many times and just gone into, you know, people just standing around me where I'm being summoned and just attacking me over and over again. And you know, in one session I invaded some guy 4 times, and every single time this guy just had 2 phantoms there and just absolutely horribly annihilated me. And yes, I believe that there are a few people who are going for Gwyn, and you know, maybe in future, well, actually, if I know for a fact that someone is going for Gwyn, which is generally indicated by the fact that their phantoms and the player themselves are, you know, like, proceeding towards Gwyn in the first place, then most of the time I'll just use the black summon soapstone or whatever it is to return to my world. But most of the time, I mean, most of the time they just stand around the summon area and just attack me and then taunt me afterwards. So, I mean, I'm pretty certain that a lot of Dark Souls PvPers have shared this experience. So, yeah, I definitely don't think that my experience is unique. Anyway, if anyone has any more opinions on what they believe to be, you know, good etiquette, then please let me know. But yeah, essentially it does boil down to those two things. Just don't attack while bowing, and then just if you do summon a phantom and you really are going for Gwyn, then just go for Gwyn and don't stand around the summon area waiting for people. You know, or better yet, just kill Gwyn yourself. I mean, Gwyn, while he is a difficult boss, is definitely not the hardest boss in the game, and if you have the right tactics, you can actually easily kill him by yourself. But alas, I understand that not everyone, I mean, you know, not everyone has, I suppose, as easy a time killing Gwyn as I seem to, so yeah, I mean, if you have to summon phantoms for him, then I suppose, well, go ahead and do whatever you have to do. Okay. The second thing that I wanted to talk about in this video was actually a comment left by J Black Mel, who's another Dark Souls PvP commentator. If you haven't checked out his channel, please do. His channel is far bigger than mine, so me plugging him is probably I don't know, not going to be very effective. But regardless, check his videos out anyway. He does some really interesting commentary, and you know, he has his own sort of tactics and things that he uses in Dark Souls PvP, and I personally find his videos really interesting, so check him out. But he basically said that any weapon and tactic is fair game, including Tranquil Walk of Peace, and so we did have a sort of a brief discussion about Tranquil, like how he counters Tranquil Walk of Peace. Sorry, just there, this guy's Quincy, I think. He's a really good player. He was initially going for backstabs and parries, and because I think, yeah, well, that's definitely what this build is focused around. I'm pretty sure he's rocking the Hornet's Ring as well. I never actually get backstabbed by this guy or riposted, so I don't actually find out, but I'm fairly certain of that fact. He does get a riposte. He gets a parry off, but doesn't actually manage to follow up with a riposte. So yeah, if he actually managed to successfully riposte, well, I would have been done for. So yeah, unfortunately, he wasn't able to. So yeah. Okay, so back to talking about tactics and weapons in the game. So, J Blackmail, you know, you can go back and read his comment, but basically he was saying, you know, either you can try and parry attacks of Tranquil Walk of Peace, and you know, you can just run away, and actually that's the tactic that I use. I just run away from Tranquil Walk of Peace, but there are certain situations where Tranquil Walk of Peace can be used to its absolute maximum cheat potential, and that's either when they cast it as you enter the world, which has happened to me plenty of times, and also they cast it on you, and then once you're within that area, they just cast spells on you, and which basically, I mean, there is no way to counter that. You know, if some guy gets you and then uses Crystal Soul Spears over and over again, you are pretty much fucked. Like, you know, you can't shield with it. I mean, you know, you can't dodge. Basically, you're absolutely stuffed. So, I mean, if anyone has any way of countering that particular scenario of being trapped in Tranquil Walk of Peace and having Crystal Soul Spears cast on you, I would love to hear it. Because honestly, maybe I'm just a noob, but yeah, that's a situation that I have a lot of difficulty managing. I personally think that any weapon, any ring, any armor, any combination is fine. I think that whatever build that you want to create, then that is well, I enjoy playing against just about every type of build, and if you can use your build well, then all power to you. Honestly, like I really love, creative, imaginative builds. I also love seeing a bit of variety, but then I don't have any trouble. I don't have any problem whatsoever with people using sort of a little bit more generic builds, like using giant's armor with heavy weapons, and you know if that's the way that you want to play, then that's fine. If you want to play with a rapier and hornet's ring, that's fine too. The only reason that I mentioned that sort of hornet's ring rapier combination is a little bit cheap, that was actually a reflection of what a lot of people had messaged me about. Oh, okay, not a lot of people. Sorry about the parry spamming there, by the way. I am still really not very good at parrying. In that particular scenario, I don't really know what the hell I was doing. I think I was just panicking a little bit there. But anyway, I'd received a few messages just with regards to people not liking the fact that I was using a rapier and a shield and sort of turtling a bit and using the hornet's ring, obviously. Yeah, so for some reason people find it boring to play against, I suppose, and some people just don't like it. And yeah, so that's basically the reason why I said that. I mean, I personally don't think that it's cheap. I don't think that I will never complain about anyone's build or what anyone is using. I mean, go as generic as you like. I mean, pretty much every dark moon that invades me buffs their weapon, and I think, well, considering that in these particular videos anyway, I'm using such a low damage weapon, I'm still not complaining, and if the person who's buffed their weapon with Dark Moon Blade, if they don't just go straight for backstabs, and then I won't go for backstabs either, which means that basically half of my main damage output mechanism, which I mean backstabbing and riposting, that's pretty much out the window. So, all I'm trying to say there is I'm not complaining. I'm definitely not complaining about people using certain types of weapons or certain tactics, except just maybe a little bit of I'm complaining a little bit about Tranquil Walk of Peace, but other than that, I mean, I think everything is fine. Wrath of God spamming. I'm not saying that was Wrath of God spamming there, but Wrath of God spamming is fine. I mean, you can sort of backpedal and use sorceries, all day. That's fine too. I can't stress this enough. I don't have any problem with any builds. I was simply trying to reflect a little bit on a few of the opinions that I gotten from other Dark Souls PvPers. Yeah, okay, so I actually spent a lot of time responding to or like making my comments clear, or making my opinions on these issues clear. So yeah, hopefully I won't have to mention them again in any future videos, which means I have a little bit more time to talk about the actual gameplay, which is sort of mainly what I wanted to be doing in these videos anyway. I mean, obviously also voicing my opinions and all that, but also I did say that I would talk about the actual gameplay, so I'll just get onto that now. But if you have any opinions that you'd like to share with me with regards to any more opinions, I suppose, with regards to Dark Souls PvP etiquette, and like what you want, what builds you do or don't like seeing, or do or don't like playing against, yeah, please let me know. And yeah, okay, so basically I invaded this guy for maybe 8 times in one session, and I'll upload sort of all of the other times that I versed him. But basically, he's using full Havel's set except for the helm, which he's using Mask of the Child, and he's using either a Great Lord Great Sword or just a Great Sword. But yeah, in the first few fights, you know, he just absolutely pwned my face. And then as the fights went on, I sort of got a little bit more used to his playstyle, and I managed to, I managed to give him a bit more of a run for his money. In the previous videos, or in the earlier fights in this video, I was using more crest. I was using more of the crest shield, and I sort of switched over to the target shield just to practice my parrying. But I'm a little bit concerned that when I go back to using just a regular shield from the target shield, that I would have gotten all of my timings right with the crest shield rather than with the target shield rather than the crest shield. So I'm a little bit worried, but anyway. Oh, I cannot for the life of me remember who this player is. I mean, it could very well be Archo Brain, because he is using the Silver Knight, the full Silver Knight set, and Silver Knight shield, although he's switched his weapon around to, I think that is a washing pole. So, I think this is Archo Brain. Regardless, you know, he's using a Darkmoon Blade buff katana, and on his offhand he has a talisman. And I actually find this particular playstyle quite difficult to manage, because if you just two-hand your weapon, you can easily just switch over to a you can easily switch back to the one-handed, and I feel that, I mean, just it clips me and it takes off like a third of my health. It's massive damage. Yeah, so if you have the talisman in your offhand, you know, you can switch between one-handing and two-handing your weapon and casting miracles. And so it's actually really difficult for me to deal with. Actually, that attack animation. Oh, I'm not sure if he is using the washing pole. Maybe he's using. I don't think you can. No, he's definitely not using the Chaos Blade, because he wasn't taking damage when he was attacking me. I'm not too sure. That one-handed R2 attack animation definitely isn't a washing pole one, so I don't actually know what that one is. Or maybe it is. I don't know. Feel free to let me know in the comments if you have any if you have a bit of a better idea about what that is. This video is coming to a close, and I really didn't talk about anything other than just a few of those topics. So I'll probably just talk about most of them in the next video. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for everyone who viewed, who watched my videos, and who left comments and things. I really appreciate all your feedback as well, and yeah, let me know, you know, sort of what you think of the my sort of corrected opinions in this video, and yeah, please stay tuned for more Dark Souls PvP videos, hopefully with some better commentary. Alright, see you later, guys.